Howdy, my friends. Michael Palmisano here, and we just lost the great Phil Lesh. And I want to make this video. I've been waiting to make this video for a long time. This video is for people who haven't really listened to Phil, haven't really understood that Phil was the one that really drove the bus. When you were really flying, it was because Phil allowed it to happen. For those of you that have never gotten into this music, I want to invite you to think about something, and that's most of us, myself included, come from this world of songs are this perfectly manicured, perfectly produced, perfectly presented thing, right? And when you first start listening to the music, that's not what it is. And it sounds bombastic and all over the place at times. And like jazz musicians, jazz listeners really appreciate, the Grateful Dead really requires the listener to have an open mind and allow themselves to savor the moment that might happen at 11 minutes and 13 seconds, right? And when you get into that mindset and you start really listening to the bass, you realize that Phil Lesh was the man that really, he was the one that really took it into the stratosphere. He was the one that pushed and pushed and pushed. I just saw Eric Krasno post a video on Instagram talking about how he was the most fearless musician he ever played with. And I can't think of a better word to describe him. I don't know much about Phil, but as a musician, as someone who listens very attentively, I can just tell he was one cantankerous person, because the way he would poke and prod and save the low notes and make you earn the fill bombs, right? And then just live up in the stratosphere and just tickle around and then drop you way back, or vice versa, just way down in a muddy zone and then all of a sudden start searing up and matching lines with Jerry. It's just a pure music aficionado's listener's delight. And so I want to showcase a couple tracks to you today that I invite you to go back and listen to on your own, loud, in your car, with the bass up, or with headphones, not distracted. And if you've never been into this music, listen to the bass. Listen to the bass. Now, the show that I've picked is the obvious one. It's Cornell 77. I know a lot of heads are going to be like, oh, there's better ones. But I picked it because the bass sounds fantastic. One of the biggest problems with the Grateful Dead is that you don't have high-quality recordings of all the shows. But Cornell you do. You get a Betty board, right? And if you have to start nowhere else, okay, start at the very beginning of Scarlet Fire. Listen to how aggressive and slippery this bass is over just a few chords. Holds it. And pull it back. You still hear the pick coming through. So slippery and aggressive, and such incredible pick attack and sense of timing on where to come in and push and pull. I think all the time about how great it would be to look over on stage and get those little darts eye contact from Phil, because you know he's doing it on purpose. Anybody that's played a lot of live music knows someone that plays like that is just eating it up about how it makes other people feel. check out this estimated profit. Again, same show. Listen to how slippery it is. It's in 7, but you can tell you can't play like this and count in the traditional way. You have to feel it. You have to be that undercurrent that pushes it along. This is really special stuff. Right up there with Pink Floyd's Money. Like, I can't think of another song in 7 that feels so natural. And just like Pink Floyd's Money, it's because of the bass. It's because it's that natural undercurrent where you can't count it. You're just feeling it. And it's just so slippery and wild. And it's so not what we think about when we think about like traditional good bass playing. Here's another excellent example of just this. This is my favorite example of just the way he would mess with people in the band. And some of you out there be like, he wasn't messing with them. Yeah, he was. Music, live music is about having fun. Don't ever forget it. And it's not just for you, right? It's not just for the audience. It's for the people you're playing with, too. You're touring around, you're playing, and sometimes just one little note, okay, changes the whole vibe. And this intro to Road Jimmy, it typically, right, it goes G, D, A, G, D. But he, on the way down, in the intro of the song, decides to go G, D, A, G, F sharp, and just sit on it. He would do that all the time. F sharp is the 3rd of D major, by the way. And he would just sit on it and just make you take that inversion. Something, again, you don't hear bass players typically do in popular music, right? You play the root, maybe you voice lead a little bit, like when it goes into the chorus and everybody else does it with you, but no one's doing it with him. And just listen to how it completely puts this somber mood over that chord. And it's just, for the nerd in me, I love this. Listen to it again. It's amazing. And you could listen to 100 shows. I don't know how many, but 90-something of them, he hits a D there. And just the fact that he's making it minor, doing this D over F sharp thing, this is just Phil at his best. I love things like that. All right, now let's get into the spicy stuff. You can tell I'm a little animated. If you just want the dirty, nasty Phil bombs, okay, spicy, bringing it back to the one. One of my favorite videos of all time is Bootsy Collins talking about where the one is. He's like, oh, it's ready? 1. Like, that's the groove. Phil did this so well. And I talked before about how he'll, like, stay up high and make you earn the low notes and vice versa. This stretch from Dancing in the Streets, like, just, this is the one. Just put it on. I could listen to that all day. Okay, so last one. Again, Scarlet Fire. Like if you introduce or you're new to the Grateful Dead, just put on Scarlet Fire from Cornell 5877, because it's just all there. But just listen to the bass. Just listen to him poke and prod and dance around. It is such, I hate using words like atypical, not traditional, but it is those things. It's such aggressive, picked improv bass that he's so aware of the sonic landscape of where you fit and how you can mend and mold the whole sound above you. Because remember, the bass is arguably the hardest job in the band, because the guitar player, you hit a wrong note, maybe 4 people know. Bass, you hit a wrong note, everyone knows. And if you purposefully dance around a song and try to engage the listener and try to make them feel something different and make them uncomfortable and push the band, like, there's so much magic in there. And I found it so late in life. This is just not the music I grew up on, but now that I get it and my perspective has changed over time, and I really appreciate the moments that you get to, again, 33 minutes in or whatever it is. Like, this is just the real stuff. Just, I hope that after you watch this video, you just, again, go to your car, crank up your stereo, loud, my friends, loud. Can't stress loud enough. And don't forget the reason why we play music in the first place. It's to have fun. Listen to how much fun he's having. I love you all. Thanks for watching. We're going to miss you, Phil. Lots of love, my friend. You brought a lot of joy into my life. And I thank you for it.